Hello, and welcome to VenturePoint, Episode 2, Electric Boogaloo. We are back to continue on the adventures of this ragtag bunch of misfits. And we will crack straight on into it, I think. So, as we left off last time, our party left the Etherfall City Hall after signing on as an official adventuring team, and witnessed a strange smoking object in the sky speeding towards the city. As this trailing comet got closer and closer, another elven figure, the ambassador to the nearest elven spire, Val Galakir, emerged from the city hall and asked you all to start getting people to safety. As he headed across the square to get a better view, your rabbit folk teammate Vossa collapsed. A second figure, a half-elf assistant named Yarrow Tanner, also emerged and brought Vossa inside the city hall to recover in an underground bunker. A little further away, a couple of travellers, a red-skinned tiefling called Tenacity and our new elven teammate Kaelin, approached the square, parting ways as a loud crash rang out. Kaelin ran into Val, who, after the smoking object crashed through the cliff and caused a large rock fall across the lower city level, directed her to help defend the public from the creatures now moving about within the now broken Mage College. As those creatures made their way out into the light and found a target in the nearby potion merchant, Badrek Nightmail, Callahan, Wildstorm, Xenophilius and Kaelin all managed to get into the fray and defeated them, saving the dwarven shopkeep's life. After a quick debrief on the situation from Dahlia, the party visited one of the lesser damaged shops, specifically Greybell's, in search of healing for Kaelin's wound, and managed to get a poultice made to soothe and heal it, with the promise of an additional one the next day to complete the treatment. In the process, our party learned that in times of crisis, many Etherfall businesses that handle basic adventuring support have deals with the council to prioritise council use of resources. As such, only those on official council business pay normal price when a state of citywide emergency is declared. Reeling a little from this news, the group split up. Wildstorm and Kaelin went to the Seer's Truth Tavern next to the Temple of Siran in order to secure rooms for the night, while Callahan and Xenophilius headed off to find a council member to sponsor them for the lower prices on adventuring supplies. So, with all that said, we return to you. Who wants to go first in this sort of split division?
What time is it at
That's
the
an
minute?
amazing start, thank you. It is probably a couple of hours after midday.
Okay, I'm
this point.
probably still at the bar, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
Waiting for word of any help needed.
You would know, and Kaelin, you would be in the tavern with Wildstorm. I don't know whether you'd have got your key and gone up to your room, or whether you'd have hung around for a little bit downstairs in the bar.
I might have hung around, a short while.
Cool. In which case, you would note, even as just passing through, this place is crammed. Wildstorm, this is busier than you've ever seen it before. And there's not only the locals that you've seen and obviously spoken to, interacted with over the last few weeks, but there are total strangers in there, people who've never frequented a tavern, people who likely would never frequent this tavern, either from lack of funds or too much funds, one might say. It's a very interesting experience as you kind of sort of like push your way through the crowds to the bar. The barkeep, well, one of the bartenders is serving you, gives you your first cup of ale, and Kaelin gives you your room key for the night. as Wildstorm hands over the coin. With that said, it's not too long, and possibly, Kaelin, you'd catch this if you're leaving the room, or before you leave the room. A figure makes their way out from behind a door behind the bar. Sort of a semi-older woman, dark-skinned, with sort of very voluminous dark hair, comes around. And Wildstorm, you recognise them immediately. This is the tavern owner, who looks over to you. I did not expect to see you. I thought you'd be out adventuring, as you keep promising.
I'll get there one day. I'm just sticking around to help the town for the time being, considering what's happened.
Yes, well, it is good that we got advance warning. Still, come in, enjoy a drink. Your friend too, I assume? Indicates over to Kaelin, who's just about at the bar still.
This is Kaelin, we've literally just met.
Oh, you're muted.
Are you normally this busy?
Not at all. We usually see about maybe half of this at most. This is unprecedented for unprecedented times. Nice to meet you, by the way. Asha. She reaches a hand over the bar. Yeah, and it's a firm shake. You can tell that she's been running this place for quite some years. Your friend here is our entertainment most nights. Well, not most nights.
I try.
Well, we shall certainly need it in the next day or two, as people start to recover. Still, it's good to you. Your next one is on me.
Sounds good to me.
I think we have an alcoholic in the bar too.
A little bit. And Kaelin, she gives you a little bit of a wink, and then she moves on to deal with some other patrons of the bar. You see she starts to sort of move through the crowd. Alright. If there's nothing else you'd like to do, I'll assume that Wildstorm will stay at the bar and drink.
Yep.
And Kaelin, I think you were saying you were going to go and rest for a little bit.
Yeah,
I think you got the most hurt out of everyone except for Zelophidius.
Kaelin, if you need anything, I'll be at the bar.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
If you need anything, I'll be right here, not lifting a finger to help.
I'm not moving.
I'll be helping in no way, shape, or form.
Cool. In which case, yeah, you make your way up to your room then, Kaelin. It's decent as things go. Perhaps not the nicest room that you've been in. Certainly on the material plane anyway, but you are used to,
Probably not the worst.
Probably not the worst, no. It's a serviceable room. There's a bed, at least. Not that you'll necessarily want to use it. Couple of drawers. There's like a candle on the windowsill with a little dish around it. But other than that, it's not too crazy. Cool. Callahan and Xenophilius then. I believe you two split off at the plaza. So where do you head as Wildstorm and Kaelin make their way towards the tavern?
Did you say we split off together?
Yes.
I
think you two were splitting off together, basically because Callahan said, "Hey, you're staying with me." So
yeah, well, I believe I was like, "I'm sofa surfing," and Xenophilius was like, "I don't know where the fuck I'm going." I was like, "Mate, just come with me." You know?
Yeah.
I'll look after you, senile old man.
That's about what I remember. Oh.
Well,
So you can see now, as you're looking around the plaza, a number of buildings around the edge of the plaza are destroyed. The Mage College, while there's no creatures coming out of it now, you can see some mages beginning to emerge, holding like armfuls of parchment, and like with bags slung over their shoulders that are rickety and clinking, full of jars of and ointments and all sorts. The town hall itself is also mostly destroyed. But from the reactions that you gathered, a lot of the people that were inside at the time have been secured. But you can start to see there's some town guards beginning to poke through the rubble of the town hall just to make sure that there's no one that is still there. You can see, unfortunately, under a fair few of the rockfalls in the plaza, some blood spatters and some things here and there that would indicate that some life has been lost in the local area. And you can kind of see off in the distance, now that some of the town hall is down, some buildings behind it crushed. The scar now that is across the side of the cliff face, etched in, has got to be hundreds of feet long. I did mess up my measurements with the object that flew through the sky. That is also like thousands of feet long, as opposed to like 200 feet.
Okay.
We're talking an object that was bigger than the city is north to south. So
that changes everything. Right, go back to last session.
Yeah. Go back to last session. Oh no, I have
Restart.
to react to this differently. Oh dear.
Will you still end up at the bar?
Yes,
Probably.
yes, I will.
Problem solved.
Unless I die.
We can arrange that.
But yes, looking around in this desolate plaza, you can see by this point, Badrek has fully unloaded into his shop, and the adventurers are now off doing other things. You can actually see the armored one, with the sort of shoulder pauldron fabric cover, is helping shift rubble in the Mage College. You can't see any of the other adventurers. You gather that they've split up to do search and rescue, as it were, across most of the rest of it.
and my dear friend, it seems that most people in this town are distracted. Perhaps we do ourselves a little investigation. What say you?
What sort of investigation are you saying we can do that you need
Well-
everyone to be distracted to do?
Well, we want to go look at that big, thousands of feet. I don't know, I used to think it was hundreds of feet. Thousands of feet, now that I come to think about it. Perhaps we should go look at that. It's
Do you
getting
think-
late.
Do you think we should go and get the other two first? If this thing's as big and scary as you seem to be terrified of it, then we should probably have everyone. And we should probably be a little bit healthier for it.
My fear appeared to be unsubstantiated. I was mistaken in my old age.
Imagine that.
But I agree. We should go find our friends. I believe they went off to a tavern nearby.
I believe Wildstorm said something about a bar. I'm pretty sure Kaylin went with him. But don't you think we should rest up first? I could
Very well,
do with a rest myself.
but we must go early in the morning. Find our new friends.
Well, oh, sorry, you did say a second ago, Alex. What time is it at the moment, roughly?
It's probably around 1:30 p.m. So,
Cool.
just gone midday, pretty much.
Cool. Well, we've got the rest of the day. Why don't we go and find the others, make a plan for the morning?
That sounds like a plan. I could do with myself a nice warm cup of caf before we go to bed. It's a good time for that. Onwards, lead the way.
Sure thing. Do I know where said tavern is that they went to? I think they said a name, or did they not?
Here's truth.
They did.
I did.
Cool.
Just whether you can remember or not.
At this point,
Callahan would.
bearing in mind that you were splitting up to go and find someone to give you the healing potion permission. Yeah,
Of course.
that's all right. At this point, you can quite literally see Kaelin and Wildstorm, like, maybe about 400 feet away.
Cool.
Or maybe thousands of feet, who knows?
Anyone's guess. In which
Pretty
case, we won't do that yet. I will continue going to find somebody of importance.
All right. Where would you head?
That's a good question, that. Somewhere that looks important.
That would be the town hall. Some bits of it are still standing.
Cool, let's go there and see if there's anyone who looks important stood around. Xenophilius, before we sort out the plan, I want to sort out getting some potions because I'm feeling a bit banged up and I'd rather not.
I understand. I literally feel at half my health, so we should head off.
I literally feel 11/17 of my
Oh
health.
my word! Stop it!
I wouldn't do it in combat, it's fine.
I know.
Yeah, and I'll head to Tunnel.
All right. As you approach, there's no point really trying to go through a door because the doors are off their hinges. Half of the main arch of the doors is collapsed. So it's more about sort of climbing over the collapsed doors at this point. Give me either a perception or investigation, your choice. Xenophilius, you can do this as well if you'd like.
21.
Let me give the viewers at home the chat. There we go. Perception of 21. Cool.
Perception, I've got +5. Investigation, I have 0.
Fair enough. Are you doing a roll, Xenophilius, or are you just
Yeah,
gonna
this
follow?
one, find it.
Cool. Xenophilius, you get very distracted. There's like you would actually pick up. Janosch is over in one of the corners of the town hall. He's been following you around, but he's like batting at some of the rubble.
So Xenophilius will go off and also go and battle some of the rubble.
As the rubble sort of falls away, as you sort of beat at it, there is like a half dead mouse underneath that he's kind of scrapping at.
Who eats it first, Xenophilius or the cat?
Oh, pleasant.
Why have you flying the rats? Can be exquisite. I have spent many a night out in the streets. As that I've lost where I slept, and I can say that you can make a stupendous rat stew.
Or you
With
could just
the right resources.
lost.
Callahan, as you look over to Xenophilius, sort of dismiss him a little bit and look around, you actually pick up movement down the corridor towards the office that you signed your contract in.
Cool.
Is actually a town guard walking through into that space.
Excuse me, sir. Or ma'am.
They're through the door before you can call out. It's a little distance away.
In which case I will walk that way and climb and...
Alright. So Callahan, you make your way closer and you begin to hear voices in conversation. Two feminine voices. And you begin to... as you sort of approach the door, you connect these voices, at least one of them as Dahlia. And as you look around, the other voice belongs to Tenacity, who, along with the town guard, are beginning to pick out like sheets from underneath the shattered glass from the window, and sort of collate them, grabbing things off shelves, writing a bookcase, that sort of thing. Trying to sort of get the room to rights so that they can pull the script out. Tenacity looks around. Oh, Callahan, wasn't it?
Hi.
Yes. What can we do for you?
I was just wondering, some of us got a bit dented and bruised in that prior encounter against the weird dust things and chicken things and dragon things. But your potion salesman refused to sell us potions without being extortionate prices. And I was wondering if you could help me with that.
Well, in a way. Excuse me, Dahlia. I think I found those. She grabs a box off one of the shelves. A little bit dusty, you can see, even amongst the rubble. Like, it's more dusty than everything else. And she brings it out into the corridor with you. Takes you a few feet away from the door. It's like, so, I know what you're talking about. I didn't think people would be acting on it this quickly with the state of emergency, but still, it does technically affect. I can't get you permanent reversion to the old price. What I can do for you is these. She opens the box, and you see within probably what is about 100 sheets of parchment. The top ones are slightly smaller. They've got the city hall stamp, and then 4 circles. The ones underneath are slightly larger and appear to have 5 circles, 6, 7, etc. She takes one of the top ones and goes, "These are what I'll be able to do for you once we have work for you." So the top 4 adventuring guilds get a permanent seal. Anyone under that, when they take on a job for the council in a state of emergency, gets one of these. Each item you buy of adventuring support or kit, you get 1 stamp, and you can purchase that at the regular price. So this would equate to 4 potions at regular price. That's what we can do for you.
As just throwing it out there, as there are 4 of us and we've already done a lot, even though we weren't technically hired by you, is there a chance, even if you come with me to prove I'm doing it, to use one of these to get 4 potions now at normal price, just so we can have 1 each to recover after what happened with the sand dragons and chickens and other dragons and stuff?
Give me a persuasion check.
Fuck. 9.
She sort of... You can see she's sort of conflicted. But after a second or two, she puts the stamp parchment back in the box. I'm really sorry. This is... If I can be honest with you, you guys are my first adventuring party. I don't have that much sway to do that. I can do it by the book.
Right, I
That's
need you to
about all I can do.
To who can do it. Or at least get us some cheaper rooms or something.
So when you've got a job from us, an official job, we're checking through the files as we speak. I'd imagine there'll be something by morning.
I won't need potion by morning.
What I can do is I can keep these on hand and make sure you get one as soon as you've taken the job. Alright?
I will have to do it first.
It may be worth going to see that merchant that you saved.
I was going to ask you, I've lost a bit of paper where I wrote his name on.
Badrek Nightmail.
Thank you.
With an H, B-H-A-D. I try to pronounce it with an H, but it's very difficult to do.
Yeah. Cool. That was my next point of call. I just figured after the first merchant we went to, they said I'd need something from someone important, and you're someone
like I said,
I thought was important, maybe semi-important, no offense.
Well, I am and I'm not. I can give you this, which overwrites some of it, but I can't give it to you until you're on an official job. It's give and take. I'm sorry.
No problem. I'll just turn around and I'll head to Badrex.
All right. Do you collect Xenophilius on the way, or
Yeah. Oh.
because there is
I'll-
technically a gap in the corridor opposite you that you could just walk out?
No, I'll
Okay.
go and get Xenophilius.
All right.
I don't want him to get horribly lost.
Or rat poisoning. I mean, food poisoning.
By this point, Janosch has gotten bored and wandered off.
How's Xenophilius though?
You big rat. Well, I guess, yeah, Xenophilius will notice Callahan leave and just sort of do a very messy run over.
Yeah. Scuttling almost. All right.
This is Callahan's tunnel vision. His vision was like, right, I want a potion, and now someone's stopping him, so he's just like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
All right. So you make your way back across the plaza, and as you enter Nightmails, which the full name I believe is Nightmails Concoctions Incorporated. We could just about see the other words like painted on. The Nightmails is like embossed. It's like fully gold.
Is it nighttime or night King's Night?
Nighttime.
Cool.
And then mail like post. For
Oh,
us,
mail,
for us in the
okay.
UK. Otherwise, it's mail like letters.
Cool.
There was the contraptions.
Concoctions. Yeah. Concoctions Inc. Dot. With a C.
Concoctions. Ink. Dot.
Or
Yeah.
ink with a K, little pun.
No.
Cool. I'll head there.
Alright. As you enter, there's like a little ringing of a ding doorbell above the door as it opens. And you can see as you enter, there's not much space. Like there's about... You can open the door all the way around, like 180 degrees, and you would kind of have to squeeze into the little stretch of space behind the counter. You reckon you could fit maybe 3 or 4 people behind this counter at any one time.
Or maybe 1.5 people.
Or maybe 1.5 people, depending how big they are. And Xenophilius, obviously, you tuck in there as well. Badrek is on a ladder, shoving a box onto a shelf in the back. You can see him from here. It's sort of an L-shaped building, and he's in the sort of corner that you can see. And he sort of looks around and says, "Oh, just in time. I've managed to get all my potions back on the shelves. I had set aside a few, if you want. Give me a second." He drops down the ladder, and you... With the height of the bar, I think, Xenophilius, you would just hear thud, 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 box onto the side.
Alright.
Over the counter.
There's a floating box.
And he steps up onto a few steps behind the counter, and you can then begin to see the top of his head, Xenophilius.
Oh, hello there.
Hello down there.
How tall are you, Xenophilius?
4 foot something?
Okay.
4 foot. Let me get that thing.
Yeah. You can
Alright.
tell that this building was perhaps not built by Badrek, or for Badrek. It was taken over by him from a previous business.
4-4.
4-4, yeah. So this counter is weirdly tall, then.
Cool. I'm hanging on a sec.
Right.
That's requested.
So what I've got for you here is he pushes a large box and 2 smaller boxes onto the side.
Deal.
Opens the larger one. It appears to be half full, that box, and has 3 red liquid potions inside. He looks sort of over at Xenophilius. Like, I'm afraid I've had to lower this a little bit because I used one on you, but this should be one for each of the rest of you. And then it's your choice on the extras. He opens one, and it has 2 potions in. Different colour. I can't remember what colour this potion is, so I'm afraid The description may come after the fact. And the other one, you open it up, and it's got one potion bottle in, almost like a test tube shape, designed for like quick drinking, of this sparkling silver potion that ever so slightly on occasion have specks of colour that sort of flash through it.
Tea.
And 6 of what look like very small, almost like an inch tall, little vials of the same kind of potion.
You say I've got a choice. What am I looking at?
Well, these ones, and he looks over at the 2 potions, these are potions of climbing. So if you need to get, say, back up to the top half of the city, you could take one of these, down it, and you could climb up the way with no issue at all. You could literally walk up the wall. This one, though, that's my specialty. I call it Trickster Potion.
It's the tea.
You gotta be careful with it. A single dose, and he lifts up one of the little vials. Harmless little fun sensory effect. This one, though, gets a bit more dangerous if you drink it all at once. You get the same effect if you drink all 6 of the others, if that gives you an idea. Found this perfected this recipe about 20 years ago, and tends to do very well at festivals.
We do like festivals.
Did have one adventurer a few years back that was addicted to the stuff, but I haven't seen him in a while.
Rumors say people never saw him anyway. Right.
For those at home and those that don't know, this is a reference to a previous campaign.
Yeah. Trickster Potion is addictive.
Uh-huh.
And I'm trying to think from a character point of view and not a player point of view. Then again, Catherine's not the smartest egg on the tree.
You could just let Xenophilius make the choice.
That's an even worse decision.
Hey, I'm the DM. I'm going to bait you into things.
Oh, of course. Well, so I'll pocket the 3 healing potions.
Of course, yep.
I'll only put 1 for now because I'll be giving the
other 2 to...
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys want to add 1, and then just as soon as I see you, I'll give you the health potion. What sort of effect would you say this Trickster Potion has?
All sorts. It's totally random.
And how many people can take... How many... Is one climbing potion? You've got to drink the whole thing to get the effect.
I'm afraid you do, yes.
And you don't want to give us 4 of these.
They're a little bit more expensive to brew.
How much? Have you got any more for sale?
Now that's a tricky spot. Technically, if you could make sure the door's closed there. You hear the little tinkle in the bell as the door closes. Now technically, we are in a state of emergency.
Oh, not this again.
I know. But no one from the council's come and told me yet. And in addition, there's no rules against gifting. So if I was to say, gift you some extra potions, and you were to say, gift me the correct amount of gold in exchange, well, I couldn't stop you. I could only do this the once, though, so...
And how much of a gift of money would you need for 2 more of those potions to be gifted? So say.
Well, if I were to equate the potions to their usual weight in gold, that would be 25 each.
I will gratefully accept the gift, obviously the 2 you're giving me, and the graceful gift of 2 more. And just because I love receiving gifts, I'll gift you with this 50 gold.
I will heartily accept your gift. And here's your gifted potions on my generosity for saving my life.
Hey, you bastard. Or a cat just clawed my ass.
I know the feeling.
Oh dear.
And just through curiosity, how much do you sell this trickster potion for?
That one's usually a little bit more expensive again. If you're going for the vials, usually they're like a silver each, but the potion itself can be very dangerous. I'd usually sell that for about 250 each.
250 silver or gold?
Gold.
Wait, so one vial's how much silver?
One vial usually goes for a silver. It's harmless, and I make a batch of it.
Ah, how much silver have we got? 10.
Yes.
Cool. Can I have 10 of the small ones? So a gold's worth.
Sure.
You said they're 1 silver each, right?
That will drain me of most of my stock, but I suppose no one's really going to be buying it in a minute.
State of emergency. I can't imagine this is really going to be helping right now.
No, exactly. All right. Another gift it is. Well, arguably this isn't under adventuring support, so I'll.
I can't imagine it is.
So he grabs another box, and this one fully set with a set of 10 vials.
Cool. I'll give gold and.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you very much for your help.
You're welcome. I'm afraid I can't be so accommodating next time, but
not a problem.
Again, I am very grateful.
Look, anything wooden in here look fucked, for lack of better words. Like, is it any damage in here?
Yes, but no. We're not talking anything like smashed up or anything like that. But you can see like etchings in the counter.
Okay.
And,
there's nothing I can do. I've got carpenter's tools. He doesn't need my help here, basically.
Not really, no.
Cool. In which case,
most of it is like work damage. It's not like actual broken stuff.
Cool. In which case, unless you're wanting anything, Xenophilus, I say we head back to Wildstorm and Kaelin. Excuse me. Pardon me.
Yes, let's head off. I can't do the voice this week. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Let's head off back home to find our friends.
Let's go.
All right.
That was Australian.
So you make your way out and round towards the Seer's Truth. You would again see that while it is now beginning to slightly empty, you can see a couple of people sort of beginning to make their way out of the tavern. Mostly either people that look a little bedraggled or people that look like in real regalia and finery that look a little bit uncomfortable and like breathing a sigh of relief as they leave. But this is the building that you were told. You can see the Seer's Truth sort of written on a sign outside with a big gilded eye image.
Just quickly, who's Sauron?
Siran.
Yeah.
Give me a religion check.
No, I've just got in my notes Sauron.
As the temple next door.
Oh, never mind. We're at Seer's Truth. That's his future Seers. Ignore me. I can't read notes. Well, I can. I just can't then translate it to hello.
Yep. Oh, I have a cat in the background as well.
Yeah. I'll go find Wildstorm and Kaelin.
All right.
I should be too hard to find.
Yeah, Wildstorm is very obviously at the bar, and Wildstorm, you hear the door open and see the very large figure of not as well. He's smaller than you, isn't he? Actually,
How
How
tall
tall
are
are
you?
you? Jinx,
Uh,
Padlock,
sure.
make a wish. 7'2".
I'm 6'5".
Aha!
so yeah, he's shorter than you, but he's definitely bulkier than you. As he makes his way through the door, you recognise Callahan straight away, and behind him, Xenophilius isn't that hard to miss. Xenophilius, you notice by this point that Janosch has gone somewhere else in the city.
You're my good friend. I'll find you someday.
He's done this a few times since you found him. So
I like to think you actually move cities and he still just shows up at a bush randomly.
Funny story. Yes, exactly.
Wildstorm. Do you know where Kaelin is?
Kaelin headed up to her room, but
Cool.
I'm not sure which room it is.
I'll hand you a healing potion and a climbing potion.
I thought
we
you.
got these potions.
Which one did you take? The climbing potions or the trickster potions?
I took the climbing, and then I bought 10 trickster shots.
Oh, right, cool. That's fine. So he took the full shot back. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't have the full trickster potions. 10
All right, cool.
If I couldn't get full climbing potions, I would have gone for the trickster potions.
Cool.
So I'll hand you 1 climbing potion, 1 healing potion. Xenophilius, I'll also hand you a climbing potion. These are in case we need to get to the top of the city, or just they're climbing potions.
Oh, so I've got 2 climbing potions.
Did you already have
No,
one?
1 climbing, 1 healing.
All right.
Is what
That
he's
confused me
giving
by
you.
then saying Xenophilius.
Yeah.
See why that could be confusing.
Would you like an ale?
No, I'm okay. I'm not a big drinker.
Give me a second. My cat's knocking the goblins off the shelf.
We shall wait.
Hey.
The world has gone into a state of frozen.
There we go.
Our gods have abandoned us.
There we go. They live up there, not you.
I'm
Bob.
so gassy at the moment. So we were thinking about the morning. It might be worth, if they've not found work for us, to go and investigate the thing, the ship, whatever it was that flowed through the sky. Flew through the sky.
What, the 1,000 feet wide thing?
Yeah, the 100 wide thing.
Oh, God, yeah.
The 100,000 feet wide thing.
This is my legacy.
Wow. I mean, that sounds good to me. I only hung about here just in case they wanted us to help with anything, but if they can't find us any work to do, then we might as well.
Yeah, but that would probably have to be in the morning. Or we could use these health potions to get everyone healed up. I mean, I don't know how injured you guys are, but I'm not feeling overly fantastic.
I didn't take a single point of damage, so...
Alright, for some.
I got the dust in my eyes, though.
It might be worth, if we can find Kaylin before we get given the work tomorrow, because I was speaking to... Was I speaking to Tenacity?
Yes.
Cool. And she was saying she's going to probably have work first in the morning. So it might be worth us healing up what we can now. Obviously not a problem for you. And going to explore while everyone's, busy.
Do we know how far away it landed?
Can't be hard to miss.
Give me an intelligence check. Just straight up intelligence.
Intelligence. Click the intelligence. Public roll. 16.
16.
Ooh, look at you.
So you were the first to notice it, and you'd kind of gotten a gauge of the speed that it was going from watching it come in. If it carried on anywhere near that speed, that ship is probably going to be significantly south. And in fact, with that, what I'll do is I'll give you guys, unfortunately not the folks at home, I might show it for a minute, a map. Which will take.
I request a bio break soon.
Yes, it's gonna be fairly soon.
Sweet.
So with your check, what I'll do is I will actually reveal roughly where you think it has landed. All right.
Okay.
There we go, and I'll quickly show the Roll20 screen for those at home. So, Etherfall is here, which I'm pinging on the map. Alright. In fact, I can center you all here if you've got the map open.
I have got the map open.
Yep,
I do have the map open.
and this star here, that is where you believe the ship would have landed, given the trajectory it was going.
So it's in water.
It's in water, most likely. You're not 100% sure exactly how far out, but the ship to Freeport usually takes, well, some time.
Scratch that. The plan. Never mind.
Yeah, this is. It's about 50 miles off the coast.
So it's more of a big mission than just we'll just pop out.
It's a bit further away than Lee Barrow is, yeah. as the crow flies.
Cool.
So
In which case,
I would have shared this information with you.
Yeah.
cool. In which case, I will give you the potions. I will give you Kaylin's potions to give to Kaylin, obviously.
It's one of each, yeah.
Yes, a healing and a climbing. And then I'm going to go back to the town hall and
Okay.
see if I can help with anything
all right,
with
Xenophilius.
my wooding
Yep.
skills.
Xenophilius, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to. Janusz has suddenly appeared, and I pushed him off the table. And there's not really much I can do, can I? At the moment, we're all just waiting for.
Yeah. Well, you know, you would have overheard obviously that Kaylin's upstairs. Wildstorm is having a drink at the bar. It's a very crowded room, and Callahan is going off somewhere else.
I'm going to finish my drink and go find Kaylin so I can give her the potions.
All right. By this point, you're probably like towards the end of your first ale. To be honest, you're not very drunk at this point.
No.
So
I'm taking it easy. I know I've got things coming up.
yeah. So Xenophilius, it's entirely up to you where you go. Would you see Wildstorm finishing the drink and beginning to move towards the stairs?
So he's moving towards the stairs now.
Yes.
I guess I'll just scurry after him as well, because there's not. He's just sort of. He's waiting. I think. A bit anxious to
To figure out what's
move.
going on.
He
yeah.
definitely wants to go wherever there is some sort of
Action going on.
Yeah.
All right. So you follow Wildstorm up the stairs. Wildstorm, you probably would have picked up the key they gave to Kaylin, the little tag on it. The number is next to your room.
Sweet.
So you'd be able to very easily make your way over to what looks like a very, very closed door. That you
I just
presume is
knock on the door.
Kaylin's. Yeah. Kaylin, you hear this.
I mean, I've not got a lot going on. I'll answer it.
All right.
I have a gift for you from the others. I hand over the healing potion and a climbing potion.
Thank you. What's happening now?
I'm not really sure. To be fair, Callahan came up with an idea of going on an adventure to try and find that 100-mile-long thing.
And I put him in his place.
And I told him that was impossible. I think, by the sounds of it, we should have a job by tomorrow morning.
Okay.
So for now, it's literally just, I think it's just doing whatever we want to do. Rest up, go for a wander, see if we can help anyone around the town.
What's your plan? I don't sleep, so
Bear with me, I have a cat knocking at the door.
Yeah, we have lots of cats going on at the minute.
Xenophilius is here as well, isn't he?
Yes, in the hallway.
I'm probably going to go for a wander and see if there's anyone I can help. Not officially, because we haven't got a job yet, but gives me something to do.
yeah, I'll join you. I don't need to sleep.
Sounds good to me. Let's go.
All right. So you make your way back down through the sort of heady, bustling tavern space down below, which again is still emptying. You make your way back out onto the street. You can see now, as you exit, the outflow of people from the tavern has begun to flow an outflow from the temple that is next door. You gather this temple space was also used as a refuge. Wildstorm, you gather it probably wasn't very comfortable being in that space for most of the sort of rabble of the city, because I'd imagine you've been in there a few times.
Yes.
Yeah, so you would remember that the main interior space has a 45-foot diameter pool, like a shallow pool, that's about 2-3 inches deep, covering most of the main floor space. So either people are getting wet feet or wet butts, depending on whether they stand or sit in that kind of space. You can see the sort of telltale damp patches on some people's clothes. Some people sort of batting at it to try and dry it faster as they leave. And you can see now other people beginning to make their way to out onto the streets from other buildings. You can see the town militia, the town guard, or the city guard, I suppose, are starting to march the streets and just make sure everyone's okay. Keeping an eye out for anyone who might try and take advantage of the situation. All right. The city is, for the most part, yours to explore for the rest of the day. So if there's anything you'd like to try and find, then obviously please let me know. Otherwise, there's plenty of people to help in passing. And I'd be happy to skip that over to the next day.
Can we buy a break, please?
Of course, yeah. That's the point at which I was going to buy a break. So
yes.
So have a think.
I would have just been helping with carpenter's tools where I can.
All right. Well, have a think about what you do, and we will quickly pop over to. I'll be back soon, and see you all in a little bit.
trying to pick up Tilly then.
And we are back.
Hello.
As we left off, I believe I had said that you have the town to explore for the rest of the day should you wish to. Is there anything that anyone would particularly like to do in this day? Or shall we gloss over a little bit and move to the next morning?
I completely forgot to even think about
That's
it.
okay, I understand.
I personally vote to skip to the next day.
I'm happy for a time skip. Just knew that I was going around helping people.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
was woodworking, but yeah, I'm happy for a time skip.
Yeah, there's a lot of woodworking to do, repairing,
I assumed as much.
etc.
I got carpenter's tool.
Yeah, you
Tools,
could...
plural.
Just one. He's got a
Just one
sword
vote.
and he's gonna help.
I've got a whip. I can help people in different ways.
Time and ease, easy distraction. Furries around.
I mean, there's a temple for that. Anyway, with that, as you choose to help or hinder as needed around the town, around the city, you eventually, Wildstorm and Kaelin, you come to rest in the evening. The bar is a lot emptier at the Seer's Truth in the evening. And you make your way up to your rooms and bid yourselves good night. Callahan and Xenophilius, where are you staying tonight?
Just some randomers for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, using my rustic hospitality feat.
Yeah. I'd imagine you probably garner a little bit of hospitality from giving,
I'll fix up a
woodworking
door
help.
frame and a bed.
Yeah.
And
The
be like,
owners of the house.
If I can sleep in it.
Yeah, the owners of the house thank you by giving you a little space in one of the rooms to stay. It's not comfortable.
I don't need comfy. I'm from the woods.
Yeah. But Xenophilius, you're sort of there as well. Janosch has long since gone to explore. You could go back to the Stealthy Cog. You do technically have a room there. The only trouble, I believe, might be the location, because I can't remember which ward your tavern was in. Let me quickly check my notes. Stealthy Cog.
I guess no. Let's just keep it in character. So he'll go find Janosch again.
Oh, Stealthy Cog is in the south quarter, so yeah, you'd be able to access it. You just have to head south on the lower level. The issue would have been if you were staying in one on the upper level.
Right. Well, in the afternoon, after he went looking for Janosch was sat outside the Stealthy Cog.
Yep.
And
yeah,
of course,
Janosch knows that that's where you've been staying. So
yeah.
Was it better than Xenophil?
Yeah, part of the routine. Part of the routine is going back home.
A little bit, yeah. All right. So you all pass the night in your various ways. Xenophilius, if you could mark off a gold for the night's stay. All right. Because it is comfortable board at the Stealthy Cog.
Oh.
Yeah. It is a lot easier to navigate this place, though, as it's built to halfling/dwarf scale. So you are potentially one of the taller people in this.
No, he
in this
doesn't
tavern.
forget it. That's for sure.
Yeah, you make your way up to your room as well. The night passes. It's a little bit tossy and turny because this is a big dramatic event. But you do pass the night with no issues. Everyone rests up. Callahan in the morning, there's not much to it, but there's like a few nuts and some bread available for breakfast.
Like I'm at home.
Well, I feel like you'd have had a bit more than that at home.
Yeah, considering where. Well, it depends whether they could be able to walk out to the chicken field.
Yeah, I suppose. Kaelin Wildstorm, there is a nice breakfast waiting for you downstairs, included in your board as well. The tavern is not as busy as it was yesterday. You're looking at maybe 6 people other than you in the tavern while you're eating. Xenophilius, there's a fair few people in yours. a couple of humans that are sort of hunched over a table. You can hear discussing like trade plans for a sculpture, that sort of thing. The stealthy cog being a popular haunt for the city's artisans and builders. So,
Oh,
the usual sort of debate you'd overhear over breakfast.
okay.
All right. As the morning comes to, where would you guys meet? Is the question.
Town hall, I guess.
Town hall. All right.
Yeah, I'm quite an early riser. Obviously, farmer and all that.
Yeah.
So I'll probably be up and carpenting around the town hall area.
Yeah. Kaelin and Wildstorm, you're closer, so I think you'd probably get there next.
Yeah, I mean, I don't sleep,
Yeah.
so I'll just...
You've
Like waiting.
you've tranced. So
Yeah, I've had a nice meditation.
yeah, a little meditation for 4 hours, just running over the events of the day and processing. Wildstorm, however, totally conked out for full 8 hours, I imagine. Probably nursing a cup of ale over breakfast as well.
Yum.
Yeah. All right. So you get there next. You get there next. You can see Callahan already working on some of the structure.
Morning, Callahan.
Morning.
Don't talk your mouth full. How dare you?
I'm just finishing off my nuts.
Xenophilius, as you approach, you'd see the three of them already at the town hall.
Good morning. I want Xenophilius to sort of be floating in. He's too tired at this point to actually use his feet, so he's just using his wings and just.
I was
over.
gonna say, usually his wings are sort of like tucked a little bit, aren't they? So they sort of flit up and out, and you can see Xenophilius, this old man, now has gigantic fairy wings.
I can see the dust coming off him from here.
They look like your voice sounds.
He used them fairly recently. He used them to jump up that tree.
Yeah, I'm just as a reminder. This is possibly the second time you've seen him use them.
I still can't get used to that.
Yeah, it's not too long after you collect that Tenacity approaches the town hall.
Ooh.
She's like, yes, good to see you all. I did promise Callahan yesterday that we would find something for you, and we have. It's not much, but it is at least an official job, and as promised, if you take it, there is one of these in it for you. And she pulls out this slip of parchment with a stamp and 4 circles on it for purchasing adventuring supplies, provided you wish to take it, the job. We have most of our crews on damage control, anything that might be dangerous. We've got one of our groups patrolling and exploring the gash up the side. You can see ropes and pittons sort of coming off the side of it now that stretch down some ways along the cliff face. Evidently a party has gone up there to explore and see how dangerous it's going to be. However, what we have for you guys, there is an amulet that one of the town council has been missing for some time. They believe it was pickpocketed from them at some point during the last probably couple of months. I'd say it's been missing for quite some time, and we suspect that it might have made its way to a specific shop a few roads over that way. And she sort of points north past behind the town hall. However, everything there looks orderly and pristine until obviously the events of yesterday. We would like you to investigate, see whether this is still the case, see whether it is manned and appearing as a regular shop, and if not, to try and locate this amulet among its stock, and investigate as much as you can into how and why it was pilfered.
Is there anything special about the amulet?
I believe
Well,
it's
Is
more
it magical?
it might be more sentimental.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure. They don't... She didn't really want to elaborate much, so I'm not 100% sure on the details of the amulet, just that there is one. So if you find any amulets, I just recommend grabbing those.
Don't rob the shop.
we not have a-
No, obviously don't rob the shop, but
Do we
Can
not
the
have
shop
a more-
afford it though? Can the shop afford to be robbed? Like, are they doing well?
at this point, given what we know of where the rocks fell from our investigations over the course of yesterday afternoon, it's most likely been a little bit destroyed. It's very much in the rockfall path. So, if not, then obviously we'll still make sure that you're compensated. You would still technically get this because you took the job. We just wouldn't be able to give you any further rewards without obviously recovering the amulet.
Do we have any more description on the amulet, or a drawing of the amulet, or anything?
I believe she said it was bronze. Sorry, this was brought up to us in passing by her.
Is there a chance we can know who it's requested from, so we can just go and speak to them?
As soon as I remember or pull up my notes, yes.
And also, what's the name of this suspect location?
That's the thing. The shop doesn't really have a name.
And you didn't suspect it sooner.
Oh, no, we suspected something was going on there for some time, and that's why we suspected that when
Right,
the thing got... it is Pep Tenspell, the halfling engineer, chief engineer of the Aeronauts Guild. Xenophilius, that would ring a bell for you. The Aeronauts was a banner that you saw on the airship dock in the City of Waves.
I mean, at this point, it'll just be like an eyebrow and stuff.
Yes, yeah. But that rings a bell for you, the Aeronauts. All right?
Yeah. Look, how do you pronounce spell that?
Aeronauts.
Aero.
So
Oh, yeah.
Aeronauts.
And what was the name of the...
Pep. PEP.
10 spell,
10 spell. Like 10 spells.
without the S.
Yes.
God, this notes thing is fucking useful. I should have done this ages ago.
Yeah, it's almost like we've been through several campaigns that if you'd had notes, it would have been so much smoother.
All that's going to happen... Well, normally I would have just lost the notes, but I can't lose it. It's on my pad.
Uh-huh. That's why I provide you with a digital journal if you want to use it.
Yeah, then I got to type and...
Yeah, I
You know.
suppose. Alright.
So my plan was last session was to write it up on a bit of paper and then transfer it, but I'm me, so I forget to do that. Whereas if I just write it all on here...
You've got it. Yeah. Yeah, it works. Whatever works for you, basically.
We'll see.
Alright, so that is the nature of the job. I believe she said the amulet was bronze in colour.
Do you know where we could find Pep 10 spell?
She'd be over at the Aeronauts Guild. Most likely up on the upper floor of the city. There is a way up. It's not for the faint of heart, unfortunately. The main elevator, and she sort of indicates over towards the edge of the plaza, where there is this massive cracked stone platform that obviously fell during the rockfall and
Is
cracked
it
in
possible
two.
to climb?
Yes, most people don't have the means for it. So a little way south of the city, there is a manual staircase up the cliff and a winch for those who cannot manage the stairs. It's not pleasant to go up and down, but it is possible.
We'll find a way. We'll either go ask her or just go straight to the shop and see what's what.
Yeah, it might be worth checking out the shop first to see if anything sticks out.
Do a
If
bit of
not,
recon first.
yeah, then we can go to Pep. If she gives the description, we can just be like, "Oh, I've seen that, so I know exactly where to go."
All right. What you're looking for is a possibly half-destroyed shop. The sign, if you can find it, had a simple sort of book illustration on it. All right. And this is yours. And hands over to you, Callahan, the 4-stamp
Cool.
token. All right. Remember, that can be used across different establishments, but it is 1 stamp per item. So
It's fine. I've put in my inventory 1 4-stamp buying thing.
perfect. Obviously, you won't need those once a state of emergency's been lifted, but it's going to be a little bit of time before that happens. I have some more research to do on other things. Try and figure out some more work for you guys. I'm going to head on ahead up to the upper floor, see if there's anything going on over there. Alright? And best of luck, honestly. And she just gives you a smile and heads on off.
I suppose we'll go look for a sign with a book on it.
That's all we've got so far. It's a start.
Let's make like a tree and fuck off.
I've
Alright.
never heard that saying before.
It's from the forest. It's fine.
Alright. So, it takes a little bit of walking to get through sort of some of the back streets of the city towards the area that was indicated. She said a few streets over. Whoever wants to lead, or whoever would be looking out, give me an investigation check.
Are you leading the way, Tom?
Investigation.
If you don't want me investigating enough,
23.
Wow. Okay. So the rest of you follow Wildstorm's lead. Wildstorm, I feel like you'd probably be intuiting it a little bit. Almost like feeling and sensing rather than anything. And something tells you as you're sort of moving from a back street alley into a somewhat more major road, you look right instinctively and you spot a half-destroyed shopfront with lying on a pile of rubble, a wooden sign with an icon of a book.
Guys, found it. Well, from the description we have, I found it.
Let's go and have a look, I suppose.
Alright. As you get closer, the sign itself, as was described, has no wording on it, just this icon of a book. You get the feeling as you look sort of through the collapsed door frame that it was some sort of curios bookstore style shop. But from the looks of it, whoever was manning this place is gone. There's no movement, no motion. There's still a layer of dust over everything, masonry dust. And yeah, you can see it was probably left in a hurry. The door from the angle it was at was probably open when the door frame got buckled, and the sort of counter trapdoor thing is still up. So this place wasn't properly closed up before whoever left.
I feel like it's either with the person who left in a hurry, or it was just on a whim and it has no value to them, so it's here somewhere.
So it's either here or it's not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I
There's
guess.
a few possibilities.
I suppose we best have a look. I suppose.
Let's
Kaylin,
have a bit of a gander.
you look around, and you notice something out of the corner of your eye. Above the door, behind the counter, there's a little mark in the wood. Most people wouldn't notice it, but you do. This is a thieves' cant mark, indicating a safe house.
Interesting.
For the rest of you, you can see it looks like there's not much that's been grabbed off the shelves. The shelves themselves, you can see like little layers of dust. Most of these books have not been moved or touched, and most of the curios as well haven't been touched either. And carrying on to the last bit of your investigation check, Wildstorm, there is a book left open on the counter, and the till itself is empty. Like, it's open and empty.
What is the book?
You look inside and it looks like a book of limericks with, like poetry with marks in the margin just doodled all over.
Was there any other signs of disturbed dust, particularly around the cash checkout area?
Yeah, this is actually the only place that there is any disturbed dust under the layer of masonry dust. Whoever was here before the crash and hasn't been back since. So there's a layer of masonry dust over the book. You kind of have to brush it off if you want to read it. But you can tell that there's like the area around it was less dusty, and the area on the counter was less dusty. All right.
Is there any boxes or anything that could hide said amulet?
There are plenty of boxes on the shelves, but they look to be boxes of knickknacks and things. You're welcome to do another investigation check to take a look through. Now that you're in here.
Okie dokie. 19.
Nice. You begin to rifle through all of the shelves. All right, I'll give you the result of that in a little bit.
Yeah, no worries. Go on to other
Callahan,
people, let them do something.
Xenophilius, and Kaylin.
Using my general knowledge of wood, can I look for any joins or breaks or something that could be secret doors, cupboards, compartments, sliding bookshelves, anything that's not quite
Okay.
as it seems in the woodwork? Obviously, specifically, if it's brick and stuff, fuck knows.
Give me an investigation check. It is still investigation, and unfortunately, no advantage.
Damn it.
I know you were going for that.
You sure you don't want to give me advantage?
I'm pretty sure. I've already said it. I'm not going to rescind that. With 11, you take a look around. If there is anything that's been done to the wood to give you any hiding spaces. It's been done so well that you can't tell from the outside.
Cool, that's fair.
So
Can I use my knowledge of anywhere that things might be hidden?
with your knowledge, that mark that you saw, that's the most likely place. Seems to be indicating that whatever's behind that door is less a shop back end and more of a keep this under wraps place. You at this point probably would look over at Wildstorm and see in the books those scribbles, the doodles around the edges of the poetry. Also thieves' cant. One of which there's a specific poem that seems to be highlighted. 2 dragons flew over the peak. They left 2 more back on the street. But strangest of all was the fact that they'd fall one neath and one centre most meek. You look at the markings around it and figure that's a knocking pattern. The position of the dragons, that's telling someone how to recognise a specific knock on the door. And as you look back at the door to the front of the place, there's shattered glass panes in like a 3x3 pattern. So you gather whoever this knocking pattern was associated to, it's a bit more organised, perhaps, than just a regular thief on the street.
I mean, I kind of really don't have a choice as to share my knowledge, do I?
Up to you how you want to handle it. You could just try the back door. You don't have to tell anyone what you see.
Try the secret knock and hope there's someone home.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
You would note that the door that is behind the counter is solid wood. There's no like grid that you could have positions on. So that knocking you would recognise would be the front door, not the one behind the counter.
Alright, I can't hear it because Dylan's clattering with some dice.
Okay. So you would know that the poem in the book is referring to a knocking pattern on the front door, the outer door, not the one behind the counter. The one behind the counter is solid wood, and there's no like demarcated panels that you could knock in specific positions on.
Can I have a look in the book and see if there's anything to indicate?
Yeah, you can give me a flick through the book. Give me an investigation check. When it gets there. Okay, so with a 20, you pick up the book, give it a little shake off, and sort of, you would probably know this trick of closing the book and just letting it open where it rests. Yeah? It almost rests on the same page, but then flops over a little bit more. To what you'd gather is a lesser used page with a poem about animals in the woods. The thieves' cant around it. The wolf in there is the most important one. And it does seem to indicate a different knocking pattern from the positions of the wolves in the poem. Give me an intelligence check. That's a saving throw. You can click just the stat, but
Oh, whoops.
that's alright. Do you have proficiency in intelligence saves? Because if not, then the number would be the same.
Where would that be?
So where you clicked for the saving throws, is the checkbox ticked for intelligence?
Yes.
So you would have had a +2 instead, not on a +4. So you'd have rolled a 10 there. All right. With a 10, you're not 100% sure what that means. It could be that there's different knocking patterns for different members of some society, a different knocking pattern for 2 different societies, or that it's different knocking patterns that mean different things from the person who's knocking. You've seen this in a few places. You've been taught about this a little bit from some of the people at home, perhaps. But in the moment, you can't delineate which one of those it is. Yeah. What do you choose to do?
I just give knocking a go. Give my best shot.
Yeah. On the which door? The one behind the counter.
solid.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You give it a knock. 10 seconds pass. 20 seconds pass. No response. The rest of you would all have seen her pick up this book, read it over a couple of times, and then just start knocking on the door.
Can I see if the door's unlocked?
Yeah, Callahan comes on over. It's another investigation check.
Can I just push it?
Yeah, you could just push it. It doesn't move.
Oh, well, 11.
Sorry, what does the door look like? Does it look like a door handle or lock and key or anything?
Yes, it is a solid wood door with a lock and key, and like I said, the door frame around.
And Zedifleet would have noticed that she's trying to get into this door.
Yes,
right?
yes, very obviously at this point.
Can I fly through the keyhole?
Technically, you can, or you would. You shrink down into this tiny little sprite of a Xenophilius, and try to go through the keyhole. It is locked. You can't make it through. You shut
Our
back
keyhole's
out.
locked.
Can Zedifilius inside the key lock lockpick it if he's inside the keyhole?
Not strictly, according to the rules, but I'm willing to give it a go. What check would that be?
Acrobatics.
No. Give me
Right.
a straight intelligence check, because you're trying to figure out which tumblers to lift and all of that. And then give me a strength check. Not saves, check. So you can click the word in the stat. There you go. You're pretty sure you got this. So you begin to push on one of the tumblers. You do manage to heft it up with a 16. You push it up, and you sort of close your eyes. You open your eyes, and some other part of the lock shifts, pushes you backwards, but not the direction that you came in. The door is still locked. You are shunted out the other side. Into the top of a dark... The door itself would open basically onto a tiny little square of landing that then immediately goes down a set of stairs. And you are in that little corridor on the other side of the door. The rest of you hear like a in the lock, and Xenophilius is nowhere to be seen.
Did you do it?
I'm not too sure. Sorry.
Muffled through the door.
I'm going to assume that's a no.
Anybody pick locks?
Do I have a lockpick?
Ah, good question. If you have thieves' tools, those
I
will,
do.
those would count as a lockpick, and you can make a check using the thieves' tools. Based on, for this one, it would be your dexterity, if it's not set to that already.
Do I just do a dexterity check?
So if you click on the tools, it should prompt you, I think. The tools in your proficiencies, not in your inventory.
I don't have any tools.
I do.
No, they're not in my proficiency.
Oh, so you have them, but you're not proficient with them.
Apparently.
That might just be
Sure.
a mistake.
Maybe. Okay, so you could still use them. What I'd say is it would be... You'd add... whatever your sleight of hand modifier is.
Yes.
Yeah.
You wouldn't add your proficiency. So it's literally just a d20 plus whatever that bonus is. Alright?
So a dex roll.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll an actual dice.
That's fine. That's fine. It'll be easier than putting in the
Excellent.
command.
14.
14.
14.
14 plus.
14 is 14 plus what? Or is that 14 plus your?
So 14 on the dice.
Okay.
What's your
Right,
dex?
sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah, I can't find
Yeah.
it. I've lost it.
5.
5. So 19. The DC on this one was 16. So, Callahan and Wildstorm, you'd witness Kayla sort of pull something out of her pocket, shove it in the lock, twist it a little bit, just you hear. She puts it back in her bag, and the door swings open. Xenophilius, you have to sort of get out of the way a little bit. It's very tight quarters in here.
Is he back to full size?
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The shrinking is like a temporary thing for like up to about, I'd say, 20 seconds. Enough to usually like squeeze through a small gap and then back up to size. So yeah, full-size Xenophilius gets out of the way. And the rest of you now see this dark corridor that just turns immediately to your left and down a set of stairs. You can see there's another twist in the staircase again towards the right at the bottom of the stairs.
Can I sneak down the
Come on,
stairs?
team! The adventure's afoot! Let's head down these stairs.
I'm gonna shove my mouth. No, not my mouth over his hand.
Oh
I'm gonna shove my hand over his mouth. Just be like, shh.
Hannah, what was it you were saying?
A torch.
Wildstorm stepped ahead, so I think
I've got a lamp.
more to everyone else. Yeah, so Callahan has a lamp. Wildstorm, give me a stealth check as you head down the stairs.
Oh,
Oh no.
I got a plus 5 to that.
Uh-huh. Cool. So the rest of you witness Wildstorm sort of step ahead. There's a little bit of creaking on the stairs as they go down. But it's not terribly loud. Callahan, obviously you announced that you have a lamp.
Yes.
I have dark vision. So.
I don't. Weirdly enough, everything on Furbolg says they're really good at seeing in the dark, but not a single one of them from any book has dark vision.
Yep.
I've got
Really
dark
odd.
I don't think Xenophilius has dark vision.
It's just me and you, buddy. Me and you. Watch him say he's got it now.
I don't remember fairies having dark vision.
That my feats or traits, or is that not?
here.
I don't have it, no.
No.
Cool. You and me both.
I do have a torch, though.
You have a torch?
I have a torch.
What's a
Oh, you
torch
have a
in this regard?
I'd like to
Bit
apologise
of
to
wood with
everyone.
fire on the end.
That's Oh, yeah. And then like thinking flashlight. I was like, you
No.
can't.
Minecraft torch.
Yeah.
Minecraft torch. Amazing.
Torch Minecraft. What?
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 Right. So,
What's Minecraft?
Based on my mouth.
oh dear. So, if I could get a marching order heading down the stairs, I believe Wildstorm was going to be first.
Aye.
Alright. So let's move you ahead.
I'll probably be at the back.
Callahan at the back. Okay. So
I'll
then
go after Wildstorm.
you'll go after Wildstorm. Alright. So, Kaelin after Wildstorm. Let me get this in order.
I do really need to find like a Wildstorm picture.
Yeah. At some point. At some point.
What race are you, Tabaxi?
Mm-hmm.
What class? Sorcerer.
No.
Wizard?
Wild Oracle.
Which is a spin-off of...
It's not. It's a custom
Oh.
custom
I can't
class
have
that I backed on Kickstarter. Weird Works. Shout out to them for creating an awesome class.
First one I
Alright.
found is a hairless cat.
Oh dear. Maybe not.
Oh, we got-
Maybe not a hairless cat. He's not hairless.
No, too late. I found him.
Okay.
Hi, I want to offer promotion of your channel. Viewers, followers,
Oh.
views, chatbots, prices lower than any competitor, blah blah blah.
Maybe get rid of.
Apple.
Maybe get rid of that one. I'm afraid. Not interested in that. Right.
Oh, I was about to do it. I wasn't passing.
I'm sure he can let you have the next one. Let's get you all moved on to the new map.
I'm the map.
Love a good new map.
Uh-huh.
Tom, quickly have a look at the general chat in the Discord. And that's now you in my eyes forever until you prove me otherwise.
That just looks like a really bad version of what's his name?
Oh, you're talking the guy from Dragon Ball.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
What's his bloody name?
Does it start with B?
Beerus. Thanks.
Beerus, that's it. Yeah, no, it does. It does.
I
Right.
am not Beerus.
Until you prove otherwise.
I am a silver tabby.
That was in the description, I believe. All right, so Wildstorm, you stealth, quote unquote, down the stairs. Is anyone else going to stealth? If you would like to try,
Oh, I
then
love it.
please give me a stealth check.
Oh, sorry, if I have bad stealth, but I probably will.
I'll give it a go, but I'm in the same boat.
All right, Kaelin.
I you bastard.
Be aware that any stealth checks you make, if you're carrying any form of light, will negate your...
Yeah, I won't light the torch.
Yeah,
I only said I had it because someone asked me.
that's fine.
Ow,
So you
what?
can't see anything. Wildstorm, as you come down here, the layers of dust down here are actually thicker than the layers of dust upstairs. This place, as far as you can tell, has been abandoned for months.
So it's unlikely that the thingy's down here.
Well-
That's good.
No, that's the thing. That would actually line up with the about the right time for when it was stolen.
Oh yeah, it was a couple of months ago.
Yeah, a couple of months ago.
That's
Okay. Is there any particular areas that looks like it's been disturbed more recently than others?
Without
Very-
moving further into the room, you wouldn't be able to tell.
I'll move further into the room.
Go ahead and do it. You can move your token.
I'm going to head to about here.
fuck off. Right, I need to quickly feed a cat before I lose skin.
Okie dokie.
Right, go, push.
So, as you make your way into the room down the stairs, there's almost like a breathless quality to the dust floating in the air above you. You can see off in the distance there is a table on the other end of the room with discarded playing cards and a book lying open. It's not. It's not discarded in quite so much of a hurry. By the looks of it, this has just sort of fallen into disrepair from not being used for 2 months. It's not the greatest of quality stuff anyway. You can tell this stuff was sort of bought to be nice but not look nice, you know? The piano, you gather, would be usable from the looks of it. There's maybe a couple of keys missing, but they're like at the ends. It all sort of screams of stuff that might have been acquired secondhand. Alright. The rest of you, I'd imagine, would sort of make your way down the stairs as well. So, Kaelin, Xenophilius, and Callahan, if you want to move yourselves down into the room as well.
I meant to not be able to see.
Yes, you are meant to not be able to see. There's 2 squares to the right, and then 1 down. Kaelin, I think, would have to move first. Oh.
I can't see any characters as well as that.
I think I moved to the right place.
Yes.
Yeah. Boom.
Xenophilius is now on the same square as you. Yeah, without lighting a torch, you guys aren't going to see a thing.
I like my torch then.
Alright. Xenophilius, torch, I believe, gives you... no, I'm looking on the wrong screen. Apologies, stream, if the cameras freeze. But I need to give Xenophilius some vision.
I'll try not to... I'm looking at the stream to see if it freezes, but at the same time, if I look at the stream, I can see the map.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I can't see the map.
You should be able to see it now, yeah. There we go.
Could find me in that.
So Xenophilius, I think you would have been in front of Callahan, so there you go. You can see, Kaelin, you can see... Ooh, forgive me, my voice is going a little bit. You can see a door off down a little short corridor. And one on the other side of the room as well, the opposite side. So the one down the corridor over here. And just one over here as well. Alright. Especially so now that there's actual light filling the room.
You guys just stealth until the Venus has come down the stairs and just been like, what's going on?
Basically.
Lit up the whole fucking place.
I want to check out what's on the table.
Alright. You look at the cards and very quickly pick up that these are marked cards. You're well aware of marked cards. The book itself seems to be just a random novel. A Triton washes up on a beach, and there's like an elderly human woman who takes care of it.
It's my favourite kind of book.
Care of them, yeah. Called The Little Merman.
I'm gonna just click through it in case there's any like notes or anything hidden.
Alright, make me another investigation check. It's going to be investigation heavy because there's a lot of detective work going on.
I'm good at that.
13. You flick through the rest of the book. Besides a couple of notes here and there, like should be raunchier, there's not really anything that marks it out in Thieves' Cant or anything. This does appear to just be someone reading because he's bored. Wildstorm, you gonna head to that door? Yeah.
Indeed.
All right. Are you just gonna try it, or?
Yeah, I'm just gonna try it.
Cool. It pushes open. Let me quickly pop it open for you. I'm trying a new technique. I'm hoping the stream doesn't freeze anymore because of the way I'm doing it, but we'll see.
You good so far?
There we go.
Yeah, it didn't freeze. Well, not for me, so I'm assuming not for anyone else.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. Wildstorm, as you walk in here, just as dusty. This is an abandoned kitchen. You can tell that it was fairly low stocked anyway. Anything that is still left here is like as preserved as possible. We're talking like jerkies, nuts, anything that is super long, like as long life as possible. You'd gather this is probably a place to hide out in, and or maybe store stuff in, as opposed to regular use.
Like a hideout or something.
Yeah.
Where'd everyone go?
Hey guys, this looks like a long-term hideout, not like. I don't know why the amulet would still be here, but it's still worth looking.
How come on my screen everyone's disappeared?
What?
I said
Let me
everyone's
have a
disappeared.
look. Shouldn't have disappeared.
I can see nobody.
You have vision. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I can see, but I just can't see anybody
Ow.
else.
That is weird. Why can't you see anybody else?
I could a second ago. I looked away, looked at the Discord at you lot. I looked back and I was like, I'm suddenly on my own.
Oh. Okay, it's there. Xenophilus is
Oh,
there.
oh, yeah, they're back.
Secrets.
I don't
That's
know what
weird.
just happened. They're back. Where did you guys go? I was tripping balls for a second.
I hate to do this to you, but everyone's disappeared from me. Oh no, they haven't. I'll let you off.
You're in a different room.
was
It's
gonna
because I
say,
moved.
Yeah.
You left.
Yeah, but I could still see Kaylin, but I moved, so I couldn't.
Yeah.
I'm tired. Leave me alone.
That's weird. Why is it giving me explorer mode? It shouldn't have had explorer mode. There we
Technical
go.
difficulties. I don't know what difficulty is, but we're doing it.
Difficulty.
Difficulty.
Obviously. All right.
Alrighty then.
So what else would you guys like to do as you investigate this place?
I'm just investigating.
Yeah.
Trying to find if there's anywhere obvious an amulet would be hidden.
You do find a couple of bottles of wine just on the side.
What's here?
I'm gonna pick them up.
Cool. Add 2 bottles of unknown wine.
Where I'm pinging?
There's a small corridor with a door at the end of it.
Cool. Can I try the door?
You can.
I'll light my lantern at this point.
Oh.
All right. What distance?
Unless are you coming with me, Xenophilius?
Yeah, I'll come with you.
I won't light my lantern. We've got a torch.
Cool. All right. You're gonna try the door, yeah?
Yes, boss.
This one also pushes open.
Dope. What are we looking at?
You'll see in just a moment.
One moment later. Oh, look, I can see.
Your fast play will begin momentarily.
Oh,
A cobweb? What?
Uh-huh.
there's light in the corner.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
So as you look in this room, it looks like there's a small window in the corner shining light. It's about maybe half a foot tall and about a foot wide. It looks like it looks out on street level. Yeah,
Didn't we come in on a street level and go downstairs?
You did.
Interesting. Can I make my way to the window and then sort of peek, like not just flat out stand in the window, like what's going on? Just sort of like.
As you look out, it looks like. So obviously, there's a little bit of a pavement thing, and then a lowered like flagstones for where horses and carts and stuff would move.
Yeah.
This, from the looks of it, there as you approach closer, the glass itself is like murky and dusty, and you can just about make out bars on the other side. This is designed to look like a drain in the side of the road.
It's a sneaky place.
Uh-huh.
I'll call the other two in.
All right, Wildstorm is upside down.
How much is this meant to look like the actual room? So there are books sprawled around.
There are
floor.
books sprawled around. Yeah.
Can I investigate and look at one of these books?
Give me
and
an
see what's...
investigation check. Yeah. Absolutely. See what you get. You pull a book off the shelf. My Fairy Lover.
Fairy Shades of Grey.
Varying shades of puce.
Tasty.
Yeah, you get distracted by the smut novel section, basically.
Pages are stuck together and everything. It's just like...
Oh, lovely. For anyone else, most of these shelves have some books on them. It's half empty, most of these shelves, because, well, books and binding and stuff is starting to get cheaper with magical presses and things. It's still somewhat expensive to have a library this large, so you gather probably some of these were not necessarily acquired through forthright channels.
Is there anything on the shelves or any of the books that just looks out of place?
Give me an investigation check.
Guidance.
There's going to be a lot of them. Wow, very loud guidance.
Guidance.
All right, yeah.
I hear a voice.
Wildstorm over your shoulder.
Where are we? We're doing investigation.
Investigation.
And then what? 1d4?
Yeah.
Yep. Ooh.
Oh.
Oh.
With a 9.
What a waste.
I got a 9.
Unfortunately, most of these books, again, much like the book on the other table, the other room, just here to pass times.
I've gone over to Xenophilius and started reading the smart section.
Amazing. Kaylin and Wildstorm then.
Thanks for the try, Tom. I appreciate it.
I forgot I had it, so I was like, yes! I
Yep.
used it and you just wasted it.
And you used it on me, you fools. Look at my rolls today.
Yeah.
I was actually waiting for the next person to do something,
Yeah.
and it was you.
Kaylin and
lucky.
Wildstorm, there is a door up here as well.
I like
Oh,
doors.
let's have a look at that.
Alright.
I like doors.
After you, Kaylin.
Does it open?
Very
This one is
gentle.
locked.
Lockpick.
Yeah,
You've
let's
done
do
it
it.
before, Kaylin. Do it again.
If not, punch it till it breaks.
Alright. You're going to do lockpicking, are you?
Yeah, what
Guidance.
was I needed
Same
for that?
check. So there's a d20 plus your... You can just click sleight of hand, actually, think you... Oh, no, because you're... No,
Yeah,
you need to remove the proficiency. Because I think you're proficient.
In which case, just click on Dex and roll a Dex check.
Yeah, that would work.
And then add 1d4.
Oh, Wildstorm's giving you guidance. Cool.
Yeah. You didn't say it loud enough, you see. So you didn't hear.
Yeah, I missed that. What
Yeah.
we got?
So roll a Dex check. And then,
Guidance.
and then roll a d4.
Yeah, so just click dexterity, the stat. The word for...
Never mind.
Well, too late now, you cast it. Oh, wait, can you cast it after the result or not?
She can
you can
technically
choose-
use it
Or can choose
any
to
time
save
in the next minute
Oh, cool.
for any other checks she does.
And you can roll the die before or after making your ability check.
Uh-huh.
How
So
many
what do I
use
need?
You don't need to.
1d4.
Well,
So,
unless...
you have an extra d4 granted to you by Wildstorm using the guidance spell on you. But you don't have to use that now. You can use it for any checks you make in the next minute.
Right,
But
yeah.
if you want to add that extra d4, you've got to do it before I say it succeeds or fails. Alright?
What do you think, Dylan? Oh,
Check.
Dylan's just typing it in for me.
No, I don't know.
Chances
you
are
have
22.
physical dice, I trust you.
Chances are a 22 is passed, but...
Same method.
Oh,
25.
25.
That just succeeded. No, with this lock, it was a tough lock, but you do manage to click it open, and the door swings away in front of you.
I'll head over to the door as it's opening.
There you go. I'll readjust my camera so that I can see you all. All
This is
right.
quite a.
Yes, it'll be single file down this as far as you can tell. Who goes first? I need a marching order because you can't pass each other.
I'll go
I mean,
last.
I've gone.
So Kaylin goes first, yeah?
And then Wildstorm.
Okay.
These youngster elves always in a rush.
I am.
Kaylin.
I'm
As-
older than you.
Kaylin, as you pass this point, please give me a dexterity saving throw.
Should have saved that dice.
She still... Well, no, she still has it, but she can't use it on saving throws for guidance.
Oh, I'll shut my face. Made no difference. He's just rolling good.
Wildstorm Callahan, you're far enough back that it doesn't actually reach you. Kaylin, your foot presses something down on the floor. You hear a... and a... You duck out the way just as a dart goes flying past you. And thuds into the wood of the door frame. Not too far from Wildstorm.
Oh dear.
Which way you're stepping?
Okay, I'm gonna be a bit more cautious from now.
Alright. You know where this pressure plate is now. So you can check, you can keep it in mind as you move. Alright? But yes, you gather there might be other traps
Yeah.
in the rooms ahead. Alright? You can proceed. What I'd recommend, if you click your token and use the arrow keys, it'll move you one square at a time.
My mind is blown.
Alright? So that if, say, you need to stop at any point, I can stop you.
I'll be at the back.
I can't go any further.
There is, obviously, there is a double set of doors back here as well.
Oh, there's so many doors.
Uh-huh. It's a complex.
Is this a dead end?
No, there is a door at the end of this.
Will it open?
Are you trying the door?
Yeah.
Cool. You put your hand on the handle and begin to turn it. You see a glow by the edge of the doorknob as a rune activates. Give me a dexterity saving throw, both you and Wildstorm, because you're the closest to.
19.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. I didn't actually get my dice out this session. That's weird.
You just had that much faith in it, you fool.
I did, apparently. So, Wildstorm, you see this glint, and your hair just raises on end, and you jump back just in time as a burst of ice comes from the doorknob and catches Kaylin unawares. You take 10.
Just 10.
What's the ice? Is ice damage? I can't remember. Cold damage. That's it. That's what it's called.
Cold.
Take 10 cold damage.
Cold as ice.
15.
I've just put it in damage.
The ice fades pretty quickly, but it leaves you with a chill and like a cold, like a freeze burn a little bit in places. But it does fade away, and the light and the symbol that was by the doorknob fades entirely.
Are you brave enough to try that again, or do you want me to have a go?
I'll let you have a go.
Can you get past?
He can't get past you. This is a tight quarters corridor, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'll shuffle back.
Yeah, are we gonna shuffle back in that
Yeah,
little,
I think so.
little box?
Can I
Move.
hang on? Let me do a thing.
Yeah,
Probably would.
I'll let you all just move around there.
Let me read a thing.
There you go. Wildstorm makes their way forward.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Now I've seen a door explode.
So with Detect Magic, is it stuff you can see?
I
I believe it is.
I'll put it in chat for you.
Perfect.
For the duration you sense it.
To see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any. Okay, cool.
So I can sense it, but I can use the action to see an aura telling me what it is.
Yep. Looking around the corner, then back at that door, there is no magic on this door.
Cool.
And there is now no magic on the door at the end.
Cool. This door here is not going to explode in your face, and the one round the corner is not going to explode in your face again.
Wildstorm, are you trying the door?
Yeah.
This time, as you turn the doorknob, it opens freely.
Sorry, Kaylin.
You gather that was probably supposed to take any competitors out that might have found.
I didn't expect the PCs.
As you enter, this appears to be a storeroom. More long-term fruits and vegetables and other sorts of meats and jerkies. You can see there's like some of it started to turn. It's not a particularly pleasant smell. That chest just opens freely. It's linens and cloths and all sorts. Yeah. You can give me an investigation check if you're looking around the room.
Yes, I will do that.
I'll also do that.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, let me move the camera on screen as well.
19.
Cool.
I'm rolling well today.
9. I'm not.
Most of you are distracted by the smell. It's not a pleasant smell in here. Xenophilus, you kind of ignore it a little bit, and something catches your eye about the wall you're stood next to. Wildstorm comes over, and you both look over, and Wildstorm shifts one of the boxes out of the way to reveal a tunnel.
Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. Before we go and explore the secret tunnel, do we want to go back and explore the doors back there?
What was that?
Open your ears, you deaf bastard. Before we go and exploring the secret tunnel, do we want to go and have a look down just back there? Wow, that was a fuck up sentence. Or we can just carry on. I just thought I'd point it out. There's no magic coming off it, so it's not going to explode.
Perhaps we should split up.
That's never a good idea.
I reckon if we just have a quick scout. But
Quick
don't
scout where?
the doors behind us.
It wouldn't hurt to open them.
Once we go through this tunnel, who says it will come back this direction? We might end up somewhere else. So then it's a long way to come back to check those doors.
I'm going to run back and open the doors.
I'll go with.
Alright.
I may or may not be there.
So, you throw the doors open. As they are not locked. They gather that whoever's coming here has probably either died or is supposed to be here.
It's a fair assumption.
So you see a pit in the center of the room, filled with what looks like dust-covered sticks, black rocks, and on the sides of the room are two stone carvings of dragons' heads.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Is there any more doors in this room, or is that?
There are two doors down the end here.
Fuck. Can I sense magic coming off them?
Oh.
No, you cannot sense magic coming off them.
Cool. Can I sense magic anywhere in this room?
Yeah, there's no magic on the doors. There's no magic on anything else in the room. What you do catch is just a faint gold glint from inside one of the dragon's heads.
I will go and have a look.
All right. You approach it. You approach it cautiously and look over. Give me an investigation check.
And bollocks.
Yep.
Did you realize that you were going to go check something out?
Kaelin,
Yeah,
are you stood in the pit?
I would have guidance. If you were like, "Oh, I'm trying to go check this out," I would have been like guidance.
Okay.
I would have been like, "What's that?" Fuck's sake. Ten.
10. You look inside this dragon's head. It looks like someone's hastily shoved a gold coin, maybe a few back there.
There's something shiny back there, but I'm a bit nervous about shoving my hand in it. How big's the dragon's mouth, or whatever the coins are in?
Like,
Oh,
yeah,
Sophia.
decently big.
you can fly in there, can't you?
I'll go have a look.
Just be careful.
All right.
Oh, you know me.
I do. That's the problem.
All right. So
If I
Xenophilius,
fly
you...
in and do investigation or whatever.
Yeah, you can fly in and do investigation. Make the investigation check with advantage, because you are literally flying inside of the mouth.
You're looking at it this close to me, like I can't tell what it is.
How do I do it with advantage?
It does it.
Just
Yeah.
it does it automatically. Just take the higher of the two numbers that you roll.
Oh, yeah. High number. Here we go.
12.
12.
Hey.
That is just what you need. As you fly in, you immediately see this gold glint as you shrink down and fly inside the dragon's head. But you actually realize this isn't a coin. This is made to look like a small pile of coins. What it actually is almost like a pressure sensor attached to a wire, attached to a very hidden little spout that you gather from the makeup of it would shoot a jet of flame.
Woo.
If the gold were touched.
Was this designed? Is this a trap designed for fairies?
No, it was a trap.
Their hands in.
Yeah, they put their hands in, grab the gold, and go as their hand caught fire. And you gather that's probably why there's sticks and coal in the middle of the room as well.
Right. So yeah, he's gonna fly out and be like, "Do not put your hand in there. There's a pressure plate used to burn one's hand. It is not a place for us." What are you doing, man?
Yes, boss.
Alright. Wildstorm, as you're over by the door, are you trying that one?
Uh-huh.
Okay. It swings open.
Oh my god.
Me too.
Let me in.
And
Ow.
as you step
Fucking
in
hell.
and turn around the corner, we're gonna need to roll initiative and
Can I quickly
probably
cast?
roll initiative next session.
Yes.
As you turn and hear the chittering of mandibles as a giant spider crawls through that tunnel up around its webs and looks in your direction. Alright.
I cast Blade Ward.
Unfortunately,
Fireballs.
unfortunately, that will be next session.
We need to stop just walking through doors. We need to like
You
open
do.
them from a distance.
Or like listen at them or something, you know?
Oh yeah.
Listen,
Nah. For a fight.
Well, I hope you are next time. So, thank you very much for being here.
Chat.
As we sort of get to grips with an underground spider fight next time.
Fun.
thank you very much for being here. It will not be next week nor the week after, I don't think.
Nor the week after.
Yeah, because it's the 7th next week, which would be an off week for us. And then the week after is Valentine's Day.
I'm on holiday that week also.
Yeah. So it will not be that week. So it will be the week after. I believe it will be the 21st.
So, and then are we still going to be off on the 28th?
Yes, I believe so.
Cool. Because I'm working that night, so I'm not going to be here nonetheless.
That's fine. I believe that's an off one.
Yeah, that would normally be an off one.
Yeah.
Luckily, the shift I got put on lines up perfectly with VenturePoint.
Cool.
Because I work 1 in 3 Tuesday nights.
And it's the one that would be off. Yeah. Cool.
And it's lined up exactly with yours, so.
So it's only Vicky's hours that mess everything up then.
Yeah.
For the moment, obviously.
Gosh darn it.
But it's fine. It's fine. So the next session should be, all being well, the 21st. And then it will be on into the 7th of March. 7th or 14th of March.
When am I away? We'll deal with this after.
We'll deal with this after, yeah.
Yeah.
As we're still online. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here. I hope you enjoyed. I hope everyone playing enjoyed. I hope everyone watching enjoyed. And I look forward to jumping back in on the 21st.
Jump back in.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.